T. Today is Saturday, September 18th, 2021. It's Kevin's birthday, so happy birthday again, Kevin. We did a live today on his birthday for our first sew-along for the 4-star generals. We had a lot of fun, and then we also went out to eat, and I am just getting home. Like, I've been here 15 minutes, so I had to unpack my car so that I could get all the electronics I needed to record and get my notions holder so that I could have all the items that I need. So thank you all for those that were with us earlier today. We had, I think, about 88 participants in the chat throughout the day. So thank you all so much. I appreciate that. I see you all have left a lot of comments on that video. A lot of you all wishing Kevin happy birthday. So hopefully Kevin can go over there and at least give you all a thumbs up over there. I don't think he can't give you a heart. But thank you all so much for your support earlier today. So let me pull you all up on the phone. Let's see. I never did take it off of silence from before. So I need to put on a mic too. Like I said, I'm just getting in here. So I know some of you can't hear me. But yeah. Woo. It's been a long day. I'm gonna have to move you guys for just a sec. Oops. Okay. Try not to have so much of that showing. All right. So hopefully the mic is now synced with each other. Let's see. Pull you all up. All right, so let's see who's been in here. People came in here early today. 7:26, first comment. Craft with Love says, greetings, T and everyone. Missed the live earlier today, but I won't miss our Saturday live chat. Happy birthday, Kevin. Brenda Foley says, it's your birthday, Kevin. Jennifer Mizard. Hold on. It took me all the way back to the top. Says, hello, Teaquilts friends. I'm diving into my pattern that just arrived today. Yippee. Yes, I'm glad it arrived. Jackie K says, hello, T and all. A very happy birthday to Kevin. Yes. Virgie, I am watching the live. Kevin and T sewing together. Not much sewing getting done, laughing out loud. You got that right. Mario. He was there earlier for a little bit. He had to leave. And he says, hello from Montreal. Happy birthday, Kevin. Crazy day here. Need to rest a bit. So if, I fully understand. That's why the live chats are here as an upload. I keep them here for you all. So if you got to go, I fully understand. Betsy says, good evening, all. Maxie Doodle says, it's tea day. Yes. Darlene Crosby says, hello, T and T Quilters. Dolores Phelps says, hello, T and everyone. Happy birthday to Kevin. I received my pattern on Thursday. That's great. Deborah Quilt says, hello, T and all fellow quilters. It's been a long, frustrating day for me. Sorry to hear that, Deborah, but I'll be seeing you tomorrow, so maybe we can chat for a little bit. Beth Bueller says, hello, Miss T and all beautiful T quilters. Claudette Bettis says, hello, T and everyone. Linda D is here, says, hello and warm greetings from Fiji. Hi, Linda. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you commenting. Vicky Lemire says hello. Francis Jackson says, hi, T and T Quilters. Craft with Love is back. Says, T, can you tell me what number I was because I haven't received my pattern yet, please? I don't have that information in here. If you are in the book, I put a post up there for you to put your information there, and then I can look it up and see when your pattern was mailed. If you ordered this week, do not expect to receive your pattern this week. Some people did. It's going to take at least 7 days. Some people said it took 10 days for their patterns to arrive. So don't get discouraged. I got a post up in the Facebook group asking for people who haven't received their patterns yet to put them there. Thanks, Darlene, letting me know the sound was working. Teresa Louise, I quilt too, says hi, T. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Tananji Roberts says, good evening, all. Missed the live chat. Tried to log on, forgetting the different time zone, then fell asleep. That's funny. Francis Jackson says, I received my pattern today. Yay. So that's cool. And Teresa's also saying hi, everyone. Tiffany is here. Thank you, Tiffany, for coming back. Hello, Mrs. T, and hello, friends. And hi, Scott, as well. Rose Swall says, hi, Quilt family. Just popping in to say hi. Won't be here but a minute. Deborah Holloway says, hi, T and Quilters. Jean says, hi, everyone. Dee Dee Hansen says, she's back again. Maxie Doodle said, a whole day of quilting and tea. Beverly Akins, hello, TNT Quilters. Hope you and Kevin had an awesome birthday dinner. We did. The food was really, really good. We didn't leave any of that food there, so we took everything. It was a lot of food because we were on the dinner time. I have never, I don't think it's been a long time since I've eaten out dinner hours. Like, you know, some restaurants have a different price for lunch and another price for dinner, and then they give you more food, of course. But I had so much food on my plate, it was ridiculous. I'm making me a rice bowl tomorrow with it. Leetta Bryan says, hello, TNT Quilters. Watched you and Kevin at noon. You guys are hoot. Not me, it's Kevin. He's not in front of me now. I can talk about him. Cynthia Maria Fields says, hello, T and fellow quilters. You and Kevin were having too much fun. Yes, and I didn't get a whole lot of sewing done between having fun, didn't bring thread, and matter of fact, I walked out with Kevin's thread on my machine. I didn't even take it off. So I got Kevin's thread, and then I also broke a needle. My machine just changed its stitch and started doing like some kind of decorative stitch. I don't know. Maybe I hit the screen while me and Kevin were goofing off or something at some point, but it definitely broke a needle, okay? So I had to figure all of that out. Francis Jackson says, I love the Saturday chat. You and Kevin are hilarious. Thank you. That's what people wanted, was a live chat with Kevin and I. We cannot behave. I don't care if we know we're being recorded or not. Ella Odom says, good evening, Miss T and Quilters. Nellie Franco says, but it was nice. Yes, thank you. Laughing out loud. Melinda C says, hello, T. Thumbs up. Thank you for the reminder. People hit the thumbs up button. Deborah says, happy birthday, Kevin. Sandra Thompson's here saying, hello, T. Happy birthday, Kevin. And Knuckles says, hello, everyone. Quiltygram says, hello, T and T Quilters. Sandra says she's still waiting patiently for her pattern. Any pattern information needs to be put over on the post over on Facebook, please, so that it'll just be easier for me to see. And then, like I said, if you ordered this week, your pattern was mailed the day you ordered. So they were all ordered on if you ordered on a Monday and it was doing business hours, your pattern was mailed on that Monday. So give stuff a week to also get your patterns in. Marcia says, hi, T and all. Happy birthday, Kevin. Watching and cleaning quilting room. Oh, good for you. I need you over here, girl. T says, happy birthday, Kevin, as well. Cynthia Dixon says, hey, Miss T and fellow quilters. Yay, I'm here. Yes. Thank you, Tiffany. She's welcoming everyone joining T's live stream. Don't forget to give T a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Wash Your Hands is here. Says, we are the T 4-star generals. Yes. Mario says, Kevin rooms look so cozy. How about all the designer walls? Yes, Kevin has done a great job. And like I said, we only showed you like the short part of Kevin's room because even though the other part is neat, he doesn't want to do a reveal because we'll probably end up doing another room, another, what do you call it? Quilt Studios on something. I forgot what I name them. It's been so long since I've done them. But you all know what I mean. We'll be doing another studio tour. What Kevin is doing, and I think it's awesome, is that he's using his space right now, setting it up different ways, and then he's going to decide how he wants to finally have it. So I think that's a great idea. My brother is here, says, hi, sis, and everyone. I hope you all are staying safe. Hello. Thank you for your support. And they said they love Kevin's design walls. Maddie Barnum says, hello, T, and everyone. Bonita Nance, can't believe we're back. The time flew by. Yes, it went fast for me. I've only been home 15 minutes and I was getting stuff out the car. I pulled up in 15 minutes. So I haven't had much time. Let's see. June Hansen says, hi, T, and everyone. Wash your hands says, happy birthday, Kevin. Patricia Coluccio, hey, T, what's the name of your chair? I did tell you that, didn't I? And I forgot to look beforehand. Let's see. I'm sure it ain't gonna be on the back. It's gonna be on the bottom. So I'm gonna have to tilt this up some kind of way. I did tell her to remind me. So let's see if I can get this chair up any kind of way to see this tag right here. I gotta get it. It's the Ikea. The name, you're gonna have to write this down. Flint and so FLINTAN, and then the number on here is 21136. 21136, and it's Flint Tan. FLINT, like Flint, Michigan, but it has an AN on the edge. So that's what it is. And like I said, this chair was, I don't know what it costs now. I've had it, I don't know, at least since Ikea has been in St. Louis. It was one of my first purchases. So I'm going to just guess and say maybe 5 years they've been in St. Louis. But I've been using this chair, and I don't have to lift it up. It doesn't go down. So I've had 5 years of use. So if it starts happening now, I'll just go buy me another chair. I don't care what it costs. Until I decide what name brand chair I want to buy and is it worth it. And we do have a dealer here for Horn. That's what I've been looking for. So there you go. And I'm laughing at Mario because I haven't seen what's in between, but it's called the throne. You all are too funny. Brenda says, today was so fun. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. And Maxie Doodle noticed your Bernina is back. Yes. That's why I didn't have thread, because I put the Bernina back and went and threaded the Bernina. Took the other machine and put it in my case. And then forgot to get thread. Okay. Yes. Brenda says that I laughed so hard I needed that. Yes. I had all kinds of stuff, but this is, live sewing chats. Tiffany does a lot of live sewing chats. Things happen sometimes and you got to figure them out. You either got to get off the live chat and end it, or you got to deal with whatever's going on during the live chat. Tiffany says, I actually filmed a video when you were on earlier, T, but now that I have the pattern, I can choose fabric for it. That's awesome. I got some more orders. I'm not sure how many I'm at right now, but before we went live, I know I had 8, and I know by the time I ended, I had 2 people that had purchased, but I've gotten more since. So patterns are selling for that 4-star general. The last ones that I have, I think I have 8 total. I have to double check that. Thank you for posting your tips, Mario. That's from Wash Your Hands in the group. Connie says, good evening, T and everyone. Happy birthday to Kevin. Jennifer says, I was over on the replay from today's live. Missed your entrance here. My bad. That's okay. Lynette Williams says, hey, everyone. My brother's letting me know that my mom says she's listening. Okay. She has been listening, and if she's not listening, she has been watching all of our uploads that come through later, because I'm her only YouTuber that she's subscribed to, so of course she's getting those notifications. But she's doing it. Maddie says, love your chair, it's comfy. It's not a bad chair. It does have a little thing in for the middle of the lower part of your back, but it's not uncomfortable, and it doesn't sink. So thank you, Mario. He put that down there. The information about the chair. Appreciate that. Lynette Williams says, hey, everyone. Hi, Lynette. Sorry I skipped you earlier. Sue GSD says, hello, T and fellow quilters. I was right. Hilarity was in Kevin's studio this afternoon. It was great to see you both together. So thank you, Sue. We have fun. We feed off of each other instead of trying to help each other. One friend can help pull the other one before you go overboard. No, we just both go overboard. We don't care. Yes. And Mario saying, hello, T's mom. Kevin says, Kevin the Quilter made it in here, guys. He says, evening, Miss T and T Quilters. I haven't seen you in so long. Laughing out loud. Thanks for celebrating my birthday today and letting me play with you and all the T Quilters today. So Kevin's a very generous guy, and it's hard for him to take stuff. So I was happy to spend his birthday with him as he spent my birthday with me this year. So that was nice. And thanks to your family for allowing this to happen today too, because Kevin normally is with his family. Lynette says, happy birthday, Kevin. It's going to be a lot more happy birthdays coming in here. Tiffany, Maddie, Darlene. Sheila Willis is here, says, good evening, everyone. Happy birthday, Kevin. Janice Miller says, good evening, T and T Quilters. It's been a busy day. Yes, it has. I've had a busy day. Tiffany said, my chair was free from the thrift store. That's funny. Hey, whatever works and the chair works, that's all that matters. And I don't like sewing chairs with the arms on them, I guess. When I'm sewing, I want to get as close as I can. And sometimes the chair arms will stop you from getting close to your desk, especially when I've got like this little angle thing too, because I've got a little keyboard drop down here that I'm thinking about taking off so I can get closer. I can get like 1.5 inches to 2 inches closer. Let's see. Sharon Lewis says, hi, T and Quilters. I received my pattern this week, number 23. See, number 23 went out last Thursday, and its patterns have only been starting to been mailed out since last Wednesday. So think about that when you're saying that you haven't gotten your pattern. It just takes a little while to get there. It hasn't even been 10 mailing days yet. So just be patient. Hopefully everybody's patterns are going to arrive. And she says, went shopping for fabric after watching you and Kevin this afternoon. That's funny. You're welcome, Patricia. She's just saying thank you. Teresa McCormick says, good evening, Miss T and T Quilters. And a very happy birthday to you, Kevin. That's really sweet. Happy birthday from Sue. And Patricia asked, does Ikea ship? Yes, they do. The very first time I went to Ikea, I bought stuff from Ikea. They weren't even in my town. I actually drove all the way to the suburbs of Chicago to go to Ikea. And I loaded my car up with all kinds of stuff because I knew what I wanted, and I didn't want to pay shipping for all of that. By the time I would have paid shipping, I was able to go to the store and get everything that I wanted. So if you got one that's like 2 or 3 hours away, please make a trip. You will enjoy IKEA. Make it a whole day, because the way they have you walk this line, you can't skip it. But I like to walk and go through all the different departments, even if I'm not interested in anything, and then that way I know what stuff look like. I'm stopping and browsing as I go along. I like IKEA for that, but I do know how to skip through when I need to get in and out. So IKEA will take you a day if you play with them for real. um let's see. Sharon also says happy birthday, Kevin. Doris O says, good evening, TNT Quilters. It's been a long time, but I'm back. Happy birthday, Kevin. Well, welcome back. Anita Baker says, hello, fellow quilters. Tiffany says, no arms. Nope, nope, nope. Got that right. I know they're nice for body mechanics and stuff like that, to have your arms to be rested on, but when I'm sewing, that's just in the way for me. I can't do arms on chairs. Beth says, happy birthday, Kevin. Let's see. And Vicky saying that her son came up to cut her grass. He lives in Wisconsin. Kevin says, hey, everyone, thanks so much for all of the birthday wishes. I am blessed to have you all in my life. Sue says, I have a chair I bought from Office Max a few years ago that I took the arms off. And my problem with those chairs is, no matter, even when I bought the more expensive chairs, heavier women, heavier set people, I feel like anybody over that's 200 pounds, those chairs, the power in the lift just goes out really fast, like after a few months, like 6 months at max. And who wants to buy a chair every 6 months? So that's why I've been like delaying buying name brand chairs, because I'm scared I'm going to spend $400 or $500 on a chair and then it only lasts me 6 months, and I'm not going to be happy about that. So I love the IKEA chair. I haven't had to replace it yet, okay? Matter of fact, I bought a different chair for my office. It has arms on it because I sit there and type. But I'm thinking about replacing it with one of these chairs without the arms so I can get closer to the desk. So, Maxie Doodle says, you mailed mine on Tuesday, came yesterday. That was fast. Darlene says, I ordered a mower part from Florida. I'm in South Carolina. Last I checked, it was in California. Oh, my gosh. She said, Postal Service is making plenty of errors. 7 days for my pattern by postmark. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I even took the first, 16 and then 10. So I took the first 26 and had them do the post office stamp on it. So somebody who was in 1 through 26, you would think that since they had the scanner bar, it would be easier for them to get your mail through the system. But I had number 7 just getting her pattern a day or two ago. So it don't make, I don't understand it, but I mailed out, I'm just going to say over 100 packages easily 100. Well, I'm going to say easily over 95 packages. And yeah, because I had some people that I delivered or picked up their pattern. So it's a lot. I don't know what's going on with the post office. Once I mail it, I can't control it anymore. So Fran says, I'm number 36, arrived today. Now for the fabric selection. And number 36 probably was mailed out on Monday. Tiffany says, welcome everybody joining the live again. Thank you, Tiffany. Don't forget to give T a thumbs up. Thank you for the reminder. Betsy says, I've never been to IKEA, but I hear that the Swedish meatballs are great. That's funny. Okay, Betsy. Oh, man, I got Deborah coming tomorrow. I was going to say we need to go to IKEA tomorrow just to go walk around. It's a good walking place, too, if you want to just go get a walk. You can go to IKEA, get some steps in. IKEA here is terrible. They never restock popular stuff like bookcases, which I love. They might get more in November. And I think that's going to be probably a problem everywhere. Probably is stuff just isn't in stock anymore since COVID. I'm sure you're probably talking about before that too, but it's definitely a lot worse now that we've had this, because we're having trucking issues. We don't even have enough truck drivers anymore. Helena Carter says, hi, Tea and Quilters. Busy packing. We sold our house and moving to Bossier City, Louisiana, was stationed there and retired there and is moving back. Happy birthday, Kevin. Well, good luck on your move. I know it's going to be a while before you're probably going to be able to sew like you want. So just thinking about you, maybe keep some hand work out at least. Um, Vicky says, well, a kitchen chair too low, so got to sit on pillow. Laughing out loud, I'm short. Tiffany is also giving you all the link to my Facebook group. Thank you, Tiffany. She's so sweet. Let me see if I can make this pin message. So if anybody needs to join the Facebook group for Teaquilts, please go over and do that. And also, while we're talking about Facebook groups, the Teaquilts 4-star general revisited sew along is only for the people that bought their patterns from me, just so we can keep that clear. And yeah, that was Darlene that said she was number 7, and it just came. I don't understand what's going on with the mail. And then the other ones, I put stamps on because the people up there, they were getting a little bit upset because I had so many packages and they had to put them in manually. So they showed me how to do it with just regular postage stamps. So then I had to buy all the stamps, and I've been putting stamps on them to mail the other ones. But people that had stamps got theirs before the electronic stamp, which is weird. My neighbor threw out 2 high-back leather chairs. I scored them for my son. Practically brand new. He loves them. He uses them in his music studio. Now, that's awesome. And I've been knowing people have been taking chair bases and they put their batting rolls for their long arm on them. So a lot of people have been taking the bottom wheelbase. So that's pretty cool. Tiffany goes, here I get my steps in if I go to Walmart. Sue says, cheers to T and Kevin for putting this together for us. I, for one, appreciate all the hard work this entails, and don't forget to thumbs up. Thank you, Sue. Yes, it is a lot of work. It took me a lot of time to actually get everybody's packages in the mail. That's what it was easier for me to just handwrite than to do computer labels this time because they weren't packages. If I had sent them as packages, they would have cost up to $6 to mail. You probably would have gotten them a lot quicker, but somebody's got to pay the postage, and that pattern was already $20 retail, so I was trying not to add additional costs onto people's packages. And then some people ordered other items with their pattern, so then their items actually went as a package, and then they got their shipment a lot faster too. But Mary says, hi all again. Wash your hands. Says, the gas price is extremely high in California, close to $5 a gallon. Deborah Quilts says, I can come early if you want to plan something else for later. That's okay, because I'm probably going to be asleep. Whenever you come, girl. Betsy got to get out more. That's what I'm finding. Angela Stringer says, 78 in the house. Pattern came today. So it's weird to me how these patterns are coming out. So, and Mary says, why wash your hands? Ours is $2.80. I thought that was high. Vicky says, come on and give T some love and hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Vicky. And she's thanking everybody. Mario says it's $5.20 in Canada and $3.15 in Ohio. So yeah, talking about gas prices. So Anita Baker's reminding people to hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Angela says, Kev, maybe someone can develop an engine that runs on fabric scraps. That's funny. She's talking to Mary. Now that's funny. I did not bring the thing that holds my phone though. That's still in the bag. I was at least got this out. I have not oiled this Bernina. Probably should oil it, but we're just gonna go right now. I think it's $2.65 for gas, but she says I only get gas once a month. Barbara Polk is saying hi, all. Ooh wee! It's been a long day, guys. Oh my goodness, it's their job. Post office. What's the issue? The issue is they're trying to make the post office fail. And that's part of the issue. They want the post office. Certain people want the post office to fail. Not everybody, but certain people. I was at Ikea this Thursday. Gone. I don't know what she's saying gone is. That's Craft with Love. Kevin says, this quilter right here that goes by the name of T is hardcore. 2 lives in 1 day. And I still got to talk to you. I forgot to tell you some stuff earlier today. And he's going to be busy tomorrow. Yes, I do need to get out more. Such an introvert. But I'm out at Innsbruck tonight, and I'll be in Independence next weekend. Okay, so she's got some stuff she's doing. So, okay. So she's not even available tomorrow anyway. Darlene says, postal rates will increase for the holidays. I hear, yes, they increased them last year too, right before the holidays. And it's getting very expensive now to start mailing stuff. So I don't know if they don't want us to mail or what. And it's not just the post office. UPS and FedEx is expensive too. I keep having this thing on my small design board. It's the smallest one I have. I think I'm just going to sew this. It's not part of my plan, but I need to sew this just to get this off of my machine. I don't even have 1/4 inch marks on here, so we're just going to eyeball it. Oh, we're just going to do that. I got to put my foot down so I know where the 1/4 inch is. All right. We're just going to eyeball 1/4 inch seams today. And do I need a 1/4 inch seam in the middle? I don't think so. We'll find out when I go to put it together, won't we? Okay. I got to find some place to put this so I can get the pieces, but I need to be able to see my phone, which is not at a good angle. But when the post is fully privatized, we really going to pay. You got that right. Because that's what they want. Somebody is behind that's already got the money raised to buy this post office. And then you want to see the price of mail go up. You think 58 cents or whatever it is now is a lot. You wait. It's going to be a lot more. Quit using your nail. That's why I use the wood press, because my nails are so weak from scoring fabric. I just need to get this off of my design board. It's been on there too long, and it's just one of those extra blocks that I had when I was doing that video on the kaleidoscope triangle. So if you haven't seen those videos, you can go over there and get all the details on this. It's actually an AccuQuilt. It's an AccuQuilt studio die, actually. You got to have a studio. I don't know. They used to have it for the Go, but they got rid of it. So it's one of their kaleidoscope long cut, something like that. So if you only got to Go, you can't buy it anyway. I will be listing the list of the Go things inside of the group soon. I thought I was gonna have time to do it when I came home, but I did not. I didn't want Kevin to buy it. If you watched today's video, you saw where I bought Kevin some dies that were on the list for doing the sew along. So I didn't want him to go buy the dies that I had already purchased for him. And I never should have put this on as a 3. I should have done pairs. I'm just sewing. I don't even care about this block. I just want these pieces together. So I'll put this one on, and then we'll do the other 2 in pairs. Like I said, I'm not even marking the 1/4 inch start and stop. I'm just eyeballing it. Thank you, Tiffany, for being my live chat hostess. She's still welcoming more people in. Gee, that block is cool. Thanks, Mario. I have video on, look up the kaleidoscope triangles. It's a whole, I got all kinds of things I did with this particular block. That's half of it, or about half of it anyway. Let me go up here and press this seam. Just temporarily pressing them open. I'll be moving them back and forth when I go to set in the rest of it, which is I can do half a triangle. Put this up here. Pull this back and pull that down. And I can just start sewing from where this seam is. I've had this thing on this board for a long time, probably like February or something, and it needs to go. I don't know if I need to back stitch here or not, but I will. Mario says I buy a lot from Amazon. Burgess says the Prime van was driving around my town every day. Right. Betsy says, what is the block called on your design board? It's the long cut kaleidoscope. But again, you have to have the studio. But Betsy, anytime you want to make this, look at the videos that I did on this. I did at least 2 videos in a series earlier this year. And if you want to cut some of these, you just prep your fabric. You can come over and use my studio dye thing since you're here in St. Louis. It's no big deal. But I love what I could do with them. Because AccuQuilt don't tell you what you can do with the dyes at all. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to go up a 1/4 inch just in case. Since I'm talking and not really paying attention, I just better leave a 1/4 inch. So this particular way is set in seams, but I showed you some other ways of doing this same block without having set in seams. And that's why I recommend watching the video series, because right now I'm doing set in seams, and this is not fun for a lot of people. So you might want to do that. So I just set in that triangle. Tom Eckery is here, says, hey, TNT Quilters. Hi, Tom. Wash your hands says, my son used to work at FedEx. Very hard work. Overtime is mandatory. They work them like a dog. And I hear the same thing about the UPS. And it's not even that I'm complaining about the cost of postage, but they have been giving big businesses discounts on postage that I can't even get. Like, how is AccuQuilt sending out all these orders for free? And then when I go to the store and I want to mail a go to somebody, it costs me $50 to mail a go. Somebody's paying the postage, or somebody is getting deep discounts. I'm just saying. I don't know where the money is, but somebody's got it. And I do realize that they work hard. I'm not saying that at all. So that I can agree with. How can I get on the Facebook page for the quilt along? If you purchase the pattern and you join Facebook, you put in a request to join. You just go to Facebook and search for the Teaquilts 4-Star General Sew Along. I ask you if you purchased the pattern from me. And then if your name is different than how you ordered your pattern, like if your Facebook name says you're Jean, but you purchased under Jane, I need to know in an email who you are because I'm going to be messaging you asking you about it. I'm not just letting you in if your name is not on my list. And I use the names that are on your PayPal request. So if it's different, then I need to know that. And I have been contacting people who have been requesting to join that I'm not familiar with the name. Just want to keep it fair to the people that have done what they need to do. Okay, trying to make sure I get this in the right spot. Let me put a pin so it don't move. Thank you, Tiffany. Cynthia Shade says, good evening once again to all from Chicago. Wash your hands. Are we complete the first block? Should it measure? All questions about the blocks should be put into the Facebook group. So we're not answering anything about sizes and cuts. Tiffany is talking to Jean. Did you purchase the pattern? It can be found on T's website to join. She will approve it when she sees it. Yes. And the link is right where you purchased your pattern. The link is at the description of the pattern for you to join the group. So it is right there for you to join. Cynthia says, happy birthday to Mr. Kevin. Hope you continue to enjoy your special day. Betsy says, fireworks are going off from the pyromania. Okay. And I saw the traffic up by Earth City, too, when I was on my way home. But it didn't affect Highway 70's traffic, thank goodness. Quilty Graham says, same with UPS at Wash Your Hands. One of my daughter works for them. She's exhausted every day, but gets worse starting in October. And I'm sure, you know, we used to have companies that really appreciate their employees. And I'm sure that they're not getting the same amount. Wow, what in the world? Okay, let me get my foot up. I just happened to look up in my my foot was in the wrong place. Okay, now we're going to put you back down and see if you hook in there right. It's in there right now. Okay, it's confusing me because now I done lost track of where I'm sewing. All right, we're right here. And like I said, this is like going to be one of the, just a bonus block that will be in some scrap quilt in the future. It's not going to go with anything else, so it doesn't even have to be perfect. I'm not even worried about this block. However, I'm not one of those people that can throw anything usable away, so that's why I'm sewing it. Just to get it off my design board, because I'm going to be needing it for that 4-star general. T, can you use all the dies? T, can you use all the dies they have in the studio too? Yes, you can. You can use every die that's purchased in the studio too, or studio. Oh, crap. It got flipped under. I guess I moved it too many times. I just need to take out half the seam. You just need to buy the Go adapter boards if you're going to do that. So what the adapter board does is it lifts the, and the reason why this is on the bottom is because I need to see where this seam ends over here. So once you buy the adapter boards, then you can use a Go in your studio. They got 4 different sizes of them now. I recommend getting the ones that fit the size of your studio tray. You only need to buy 2. The other, they're new. It keeps moving. Go away, problem. It doesn't, every time I go up under the foot, and I keep looking at this foot, it's sitting there right now, but it wasn't sitting there right earlier. I don't know what that was about. I guess it got knocked around when I brought it home. This is time number 3. And I'm not even pulling out the underneath stitches that are on the fabric that's not catching either. Oh, goodness. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to sew this from the top. And I have to figure out where I'm going to stop, I guess. So. Because I've tried twice putting it underneath. It's not working. Okay. At least it's sewed. That part's done. Whether it's a good sew is a whole nother issue if I've got that 1/4 inch seam or not. I'm getting behind on the comments. I never backstitch hard enough piecing. I only backstitch when I'm doing set-in seams. That's the only time I backstitch. And if it's my final border, I'll backstitch it too. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here where I stopped my last seam. You could do a pivot too, but I just like to pull it out and make sure I've got everything arranged from up under that needle. And I'm going to go ahead and sew to the end. If I need it, it's just, I'll deal with it later. That should be one corner. And I do see the stitching, but that's okay. So I got to do this other corner here. It will be all right. Darlene says, I'm starching my fabrics for a sew along August 23rd. I had 2 Facebook in 2 facet back injection. Well, pain is back with the vengeance. I have to take a break from standing and pressing. Bummer. Yeah. I do sometimes put my ironing board down on low and press that way. That's saying I never backstitch. People are saying prayers for you, Darlene, of course. That was from Quiltygram. Anita's talking to Darlene, says, oh, can you sit and iron my board adjust pretty low? Mario says, I made a huge batch of cornstarch sizing today. I cannot find any in the stores. I saw some on Amazon, but they asked $65 for shipping. Oh my gosh. And Virgie was saying like the stores, like the big shipping places, they probably get a buck rate for shipping. I'm sure they do, and it's a great rate too, whatever it is they're getting. Carla Ford says, good evening, T and all. Hi, Carla. Jean says, okay, it's different. I will have to email you. Thank you. Okay. And I have denied a couple of people, so that's why I know if your name is different, I'm not just letting anybody in. My daughter just called. She is on her way over, just letting you know. And now in case she gets me distracted to be on here, that's from Tiffany. She's been being my hostess, so I appreciate that. Jean says, T, how far you live from Kevin? About an hour and 15 minutes. I'm trying to get caught up here. And Kevin's talking about go away problem, but I'm not there, laughing out loud. Yep. Maybe today is not your day to sew. You got that right. Like how I've never sewn a seam 3 times, okay? Time says, Kevin, you probably heard that all afternoon. Nope, we didn't put anything on Kevin. Only thing that I put on Kevin, I did put something on Kevin. I said that the people didn't get that AccuQuilt dye list because Kevin was driving me nuts, asking me questions about the dyes, what dyes he needed. Did I have any other dyes? And then and I was like, yes, Kevin, I have almost all the dyes. I did not, but I told Kevin I had almost all the dyes. And I'm going to just leave them with you. I'm not even needing the dyes because I'm just going to cut my stuff and then I'm going to leave them with you when I come. So he like, that's a really nice friend. I said, yes. And it's no problem because I'm trying to make Kevin not buy these dyes. So he was the problem for that. It would have been posted. But other than that, it's nothing is his fault. uh, And he's talking about all day, every day, Tommy boy. Yeah, right. I got so confused when I purchased my Studio 2 and which ones I would need. I'll email me about it and then I'll write them because I just purchased them. I'm gonna actually show them on Tuesday, so you could just wait till Tuesday too and get them because I'm gonna show them Tuesday. I have the old ones, but I bought the new ones because the old ones I couldn't figure out why they made those to fit the die when they should have made them to fit the tray. And so once they made them to fit the tray, I have repurchased them so I can put my die anywhere on the tray and the dumb thing isn't sliding around the whole time. So I'm glad they did that. So, and I got one for my small tray and one for my large tray. Because sometimes I run my Go Big dies through there, even though I got the Go Big electric. If I'm already cutting on the studio, everything's going through the studio. Sue, at least you have thread now. Yes, I have my thread and I have Kevin's thread, okay? I came home with Kevin's thread. I don't know if he heard that. And I got plenty of thread from Sue now that I'm home. She's talking about that thread too. I'm making clear vinyl zipper pouches for my 4-star general blocks. I should make a design board. And I'm using the design board when I lay my pieces out. I am actually working on just one block at a time too. I am not going crazy trying to do them all, like chain piece everything, the same kind of pieces. No, because I got these little bitty pieces and then I got different fabrics in each block. It's different if you're making yours where all of your fabrics are the same, which you could do. You don't have to make them all different. So, trying to make sure I got a 1/4 inch here when I sew this down. So right there is good. And I hope this dumb thing don't flip again. Here we go. Put you right there. Back stitch. If we're going to do it wrong, we're going to do it wrong all the way to the end, right? Back stitches and all. Okay. And that's a good idea too for your pouches, but I'm just sliding well, she's making them for her finished blocks is what I think she's saying. And I haven't decided where I'm going to store mine yet, if I'm going to put them back in the pouch and store my 6-inch blocks, but I think I'm going to put my blocks together as I go. So I don't think I'm going to need that. I need something to store bigger blocks. People are still talking to Darlene about her pain, giving suggestions as well. Maxine is here now. She said hi, T, and everyone. That's from Tiffany. Her daughter is there. Hi, Maxine. Thank your mom for helping us, even if she has to leave us now. We appreciate her. T says, old sewing habit, always backstitch. That's when I used to make clothes. They told me my stuff would never come apart. So you backstitch very well. Yes, I do. Cynthia says, does Kevin ever come to you? I guess she's mean like, does Kevin ever come to my house? Yes, he does. Kevin probably come to my house more than I come to his because he's just very generous in offering to do that. So yes, he does. You and Kevin are such good friends. That is something that is hard to find. Good friends. Yes, I have a couple of good friends. I can say that. I've been very fortunate. I've had at a time where I probably had like four very good friends, but I can definitely say that I got at least two great friends, okay? That will do anything for me that I asked that they physically could. So that's really nice. I got at least two of those. And then I'm not even counting my family. And I mean, if I was doing that, my brother Ray would most definitely do anything he could do for me. My mom would most definitely do anything she could do for me at any time of the day. It's no issue. If they're not working or doing something else, they will most definitely help me out. But I can say I've been blessed. I don't. I'm one of those people that I'm self-sufficient, so that's great. So I'm not bugging people. Some people will take advantage of knowing they got people that are nice like that. But yeah, I didn't even ask Kevin. He volunteered to help me when I'm helping a friend. He's helping me to help my friend that he's never met before. Okay. So, well, let me back up. I got three good friends. I forgot about her because she doesn't live in St. Louis. She lives in Atlanta. But anytime I go to Atlanta, if I book a hotel room, she's insulted. Okay. So I stay with her every time I'm doing anything in Atlanta because I don't want to hear it later. So family reunions, anything like that, I just stay with her. um, are we allowed to ask questions about? Nope. About the 4-star general on Tuesdays. Now, ask the questions in the Facebook group. That's where the questions for the 4-star general group are being answered. I will be having my studio 2 set up in its permanent place where I don't have to put it away anywhere because my husband gave in and given me another room to sew and craft in. And that is how I find it's the best way to use your die cut system. Now, I'm such a slob and I have so many projects I'm working on that I'm always using my studio to hold projects. And so every time I use it, I do have to move stuff. But I do move stuff to use it. At least it's out and has a place. That's the main thing. So I wish I had more space, or I need to reorganize my countertop stuff. I just think I got too much stuff on my countertops. Everywhere, too much stuff on my countertops. I need to reorganize my shelving and my drawer storage for better usage. T says, never used my Go. Have never used my Go. You better use that thing, girl. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to end up doing a Facebook Live tomorrow. And we were talking about a second Facebook Live where I was asking people to post in there what time would be a good time for me to do one where we could do a Q&A. But I am going to do one where I'm not doing any Q&A. So if people come in and see me live in Facebook, just know I'm not taking any questions. But I'm just going to be sharing some information when I go in there. I'll be talking about dyes. I'll be talking about sashings and things like that. I can't remember what else I want to talk about. Maybe organizing in pieces and stuff like that. So, yeah, cutting. We're going to be talking about that kind of stuff. I did give a lot of tips doing the sew along today as well. So, but it was like just general tips that I use anyway in any and all sewing that I do. So, but I'll be doing a Facebook Live. And I might take some questions on that. But it's some people that's got other questions that they want to get answered. And I don't know if I want to keep one very long Facebook Live or just keep it separated for people that don't have any questions. That's the thing. I'm trying to get down. Hello, I'm here. That's Denise Sopatch 33, and I'm late. When you get here, girl. She did a good job today, though, reminding people to thumbs up and things like that. That's why she earned her moderator badge. And Knuckles says, the block says, finished size is this and that. So, T says, I made a mistake. I think my pattern pieces got mixed up. Tiffany is again welcoming everybody. Thank you, Tiffany, even though she's got her daughter there. I appreciate you, girl. Kathy's Quilts and Crafts says hi, T. Hello to everyone. Hey, Kathy, and welcome. And see, Denise is back at it. Thumbs up. Always backstitch for clothing. Must be because you won't be quilting on top. You don't necessarily go across every seam. So that's correct. Dollar Tree has 2.5-gallon zipper bags. Use these for my blocks. That's what she's putting her blocks in. That's cool. That's from Sue. Thanks for that. And Jean is also reminding people to hit the thumbs up. Mario says Kevin is a good boy. Yes, he is he's just naturally nice person. He cares about anybody that Kevin cares about. He does stuff for you even if you're doing it for somebody else. So he's a really nice person. Kevin is a gem. You're right. True friendship is hard to find. Yes. Kevin, my husband said just now that he will get me the long arm so and I can put it in someone else's house, and said to him, Kevin's house, he said, who the blank is Kevin? Now that's funny. D Torres is waving hi. Hello, D. That is too funny. What time is the Facebook Live? I don't know. I haven't made any plans because I'm so busy. I'm just let's see. Let's just say I'll do the live. Maybe I'll try to do it at noon tomorrow. How about that? I have no idea. Scotty Hugis says, if so, please address the best dies to start with. I'm considering one, but only want to purchase the necessary ones. She's talking about in the live chat. The ones I'm going to be addressing tomorrow when I do the Facebook Live inside the 4-Star Generals group is going to be ones that you need. And I'm going to tell you where you use them. And then you can look at the pattern and see where you're using it the most. Because I found out that I was using those same dies in a lot of the blocks. And there are a couple of dies that I didn't even add. I didn't even buy for myself because I'm like, I only used it once or something. And then I was like, I'm just going to rotary cut that. I'm not going to buy a die just to do it once. So I'll be talking about stuff like that because I'm going to publish that list. I can't find the bottom. We are just listening to UT while we're chatting and catching up. That's Tiffany. Zipper bags, that's great. Somebody else also saying that Sue's idea of using the Dollar Tree zipper bags are great. Did you say when you're going to do the Facebook Live? I just answered that. Wash your hands, Kevin. Don't you want another long arm? It's free. That is funny. Of course I do, but don't want to get hurt by someone's husband laughing out loud. Got that right, Kevin. For those who are interested, Quilt Dies does offer free financing, 0 interest rate. Yes, they do. Okay, I'm all the way down here on the end of this. It went down way too far. But it's an extra block. it won't show in a sampler quilt full of everything else. Woohoo! As you all say, this may not be my day to sew. It's all right. I'm gonna put you right there. Back stitch. because we're going to either do it all the way wrong or all the way right. And this is only half the block, okay? So that's just half the block. I have to do a final press on it. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's actually one piece short of being half. Darlene says, is your Bernina misbehaving? No, it's just like when I put it down, sometimes the feed dogs knock the fabric back the other way. It's me. I'm collecting AccuQuilt dies for when I retire. That's my excuse. Yes, I have a lot of AccuQuilt dies, but I actually use them, and I didn't even have a lot of the staple block stuff. I just had for 12-inch blocks where I can make blocks that finish 12 inches or something. So I've been buying more of the staple dies is what I've been buying. And last year I bought a lot of block on boards because they were running them at good prices too. Oh, Anne's talking about she means for any patterns. If I was buying an AccuQuilt die cutting system and right now, brand new today, and I'll be trying to figure out what type of dies would I buy. I would buy, now people cut their binding different sizes. And so everybody says buy a 2.5-inch strip die. But if you cut your binding 2 1/4 inches, then maybe that's the die you need. However, jelly rolls are always 2.5 inches. So if you like jelly roll quilts and you just want to cut your own, then I would say buy a 2.5-inch strip die. The next die I would determine what I'm going to buy is looking at what you do the most of. Do you make a lot of half square triangles? Do you make them in particular sizes, or do you even care about the sizes? When I bought mine, I used a lot of 2.5-inch half square triangles. Half square triangles come on your value die if you get the value die with your go. However, cutting 2 at a time. So, and then you've got other stuff on the die board that's in the way, so you can't even use a strip. So I bought multiples in 2.5-inch half square triangles. I also like 3-inch finish half square triangles, so I also bought that die. I would look at what I cut the most, and then I would buy that, because I then went to what do I want to make, but I haven't made it because I don't want to cut it. And so that was tumblers or anything with wedges like that. And even though they're easy to rotary cut, you got to get the angle right on every last one of them. So even if you have a little paper template, it's going to be a pain in the butt. So I bought, since I had the studio system, I bought me a multiples that would cut 6 of those tumblers out at a time. So that was one of my dies, and I've made many a tumbler quilts, and I got lots. I probably got still tumbler quilts in works. I've given a lot of tumbler quilts away. I use tumblers as borders as well. They're nice border units. And you can buy those on the studio and the go side. You don't have to be stuck with one. And they've got them in different sizes on both die boards for the go and the studio. So you need to look at what it is that you want to make, and is it going to be easier for you to die cut that? That's how I would look at it. I do love their block on boards as well, because you can get a lot of different shapes with the blocks on board that you can also just make a single pattern with. So it just depends what you're going to do. You need to analyze what it is you want to do and then go from there, because you can't buy every die. So I would buy some half square triangles. I would buy a tumbler die. I would buy a 2.5-inch strip die. And then if I wanted to play, say I might want to buy the Dresden plate die. That might be something you might want to make Dresden plates, and you don't have to cut those wedges. It's not that they're difficult to cut. It's just that you just run them through and they're cut. So, or a wedding ring. You want to make a wedding ring quilt, then I would buy that die, because you've got getting the cutting done is half the battle on a lot of these quilts that are deemed intermediate, difficult to make. So, good night, Mario. He says good night and hugs for everyone. Appreciate you, Mario, and your support. I've lost track of where I was. I know I was reading Ann Knuckles' thing. And I hope that helps you a little bit as far as deciding how to go. Because I would get something that I do a lot of, because then it will save you time in cutting. So if that's not sufficient, just let me know and I'll try to help you some more. Sue says, if possible, could you please mention which cube would be suitable? Thanks. Thumbs up. The cubes are not really suitable because you're going to be needing different size things. So no cube has the majority of the pieces in it for the 4-star general sew along. I need to start using my AccuQuilt dies. I have most of them now. That's from Darlene. Helena says, I was in bed for a year after I had trouble with my legs when the bones were fusing. But the rough part was just after the surgery. Was still in the operating room when I woke up. It was horrible. Yeah, that's the horrible thing, to wake up. I had a surgery once when I woke up and I go, am I supposed to be awake? And he says, it's okay. And the next thing I knew, I was knocked back out. Love the half block pretty colors. Thank you. I have to watch replay on Facebook. My team plays at noon. That's fine. And that's why it's going to be in the group, so it will just stay there and be there. And I'm not even wanting people to come in there because I really don't want to answer a whole lot of questions and make it super long. But I know when people know I'm live in Facebook, they're going to come in there. Some people are going to come. Good night, Jean. She's saying good night to everyone. We always need our tools to do our job. Mario, someone needs to go to bed. I read that one. T says, bought the Ready, Set, Go. Several dies came with it, then purchased when a sale was going on, but still haven't used it. Girl, you better crack that stuff open. And I think the reason why most of us don't use our Go when we first get it, because we don't have it set up. You gotta get it set up and out, and when it's in your face and you go, I need to make even just 2 strips that are 2.5 to bind a small quilt, you are more likely to go use it because it's laying out. If you've got to go open it up and get it out and get all the stuff, you're not going to do it. You're just not going to do it. Helena says she loves the tumbler. Please go through T's link if you're interested in AccuQuilt dies. Thank you, Mary. That's a thing I should be saying while I'm assisting people with this, is that in any of my videos, I have an affiliate link for AccuQuilt. I do a lot of referrals, a lot of answering questions for them, and so they have an affiliate program. Every time you order, if you would click on my link, it takes you straight to their website. It doesn't cost you any more money. You can still use all their coupons and discount codes. It just gives me credit and a kickback for letting you know about those products or talking to you about those products. I answer a lot of questions about AccuQuilt. So I just figured that they should give me kickbacks. And when they give me kickbacks, I do sometimes, like I haven't gotten any in a long time because I haven't been mentioning AccuQuilt. A couple of people have been ordering where I've been getting like $10 here and there. I haven't had enough for them to even pay me because I have to have like $50 for them to pay me. So it's been a few months since I've been paid. However, when I do get something from them, then I order stuff so that I can, add to my die collection. I just put the money back into AccuQuilt products, do a haul on here on what I bought so that you guys can at least benefit from you purchasing from me. I'm buying more dies, showing you more stuff. And that's when I just bought my new, I didn't have money. I didn't even get paid in a couple months, but I ordered today. Oh, not today. I ordered this week because I bought Kevin's dies, and then I went back and bought, they had the Feather Star and something else together in a bundle, and I bought that. So that came, and that's what I got. I'll show you all that on Tuesday. And I ordered something else from another company too. I'll show you on Tuesday. But I didn't have any money this time, so I spent my money, but I still went in and used my affiliate link. And then as soon as I used my affiliate link, I saw that it popped up that I had somebody that had used my affiliate link. It kind of lets me know when somebody used it. So I use my own links to get credit. Okay, I don't go through there. I order stuff from me, and if you watched the video earlier today, I ordered stuff from Kevin, and I paid out of pocket because I didn't have any credits. But it's what I wanted and what I needed, and that's because I haven't been mentioning AccuQuilt a lot lately in my Teaquilts group. So people kind of forget to click the link when they order, and I'm okay with that. But it's like if I'm doing the sales, answering the questions, I should at least get some kind of credit. So Quiltygram says, get on their email list, sales, free patterns, etc. Virgin says, T, did you know today is National Jelly Roll Day? Yes, I do. I did not mention that. I have never done a Jelly Roll quilt on National Jelly Roll Day. I know some people do, but thanks for the reminder. I kept forgetting to announce that. So I meant to announce that earlier today and forgot. So thank you, Virgie. National Jelly Roll Day. Be sure the die matches your cutter. That's important too, because you buy a die that's made for the go and you got to go me, or if you buy one for the go big, which is the electric one, and you got to go, you can't fix it. It's not going to work. And Sandy says she loves the cube system. I have the 4, 8, 10, and 12. Love the strip die. Anita says, right, I have the regular go. I love to have the go big, but just can't justify the cost. Where Eric been? I don't know. Judy says, I got home. And Eric, he does the Sunday Zooms for us. And he pops in. He's popped in the last one. He hardly ever comes in on Tuesday, but he normally will pop in toward the end on Saturday nights. But sometimes people do have a life. Eric's, young, probably like to have fun, so I'm not going to hold them every Saturday to come in here. I just appreciate the people. Most of us, we're homebodies anyway, us quilters. So even if it's a Saturday night, I don't have a party unless somebody's getting married or something like that. Family reunion, something like that. That's it. I just got home where I could watch the end of it. And everyone have a good weekend. Good night, Judy. Thank you so much. Grandkids are bickering, so I need to go settle them down. That's Anita. Jennifer says, true story about having it out and in your face. I use mine a lot more now that it's set up and ready all the time. Exactly. If you've got to fight to get it out, you've got to fight to get to your dies and stuff, you're just not going to use it. So you need to have it out. I got all of my applique dies in a particular spot. I got all of my piecing dies in one spot. So it's all of those, my small piecing dies are all out there in my long arm room where my studio is. In here, I have all of my long, big go dies here because I don't have shelving deep enough to hold them in my long arm room, and I have no place to put them in there. So I have to come back in here and get them. So they are more inconvenient for me, but most of those are block on boards or project dies. So it's not like I need them every day. Now, the ones I need every day, like my 2.5-inch strip dies, I have a little spot that I can slide those into. My 2.5-inch strip, I like to use, what's the name of that die? The Take 5 die. I use it a lot because it has 4-inch squares finished, 8-inch square finished, and then an 8x4 rectangle finish. I use that die a lot, so I keep it out there too, even though it's on a bigger studio board. But I make room for the ones that I use on a regular basis. They're out there, but not all of them. And I guess one other thing that I can share with you all, since we're just chatting about AccuQuilt, is I don't get any credit for this. But if buying a Go Big electric is too much money for you, every once in a while, check your local Facebook marketplace. That's how I bought my Go Big. I did not buy it through AccuQuilt or any of those die cutting systems. If you just can't afford the die cutting system and then you figured, okay, if I can get the die the die cutter, then I can do the sales and get everything else. Check out your local Facebook marketplace. That's how I got my Go Big. I actually drove almost to Chicago to go get it. It was, I think it was retail $600. They had it for $400, but they also had books and other dies that came with it that made it worth my while. It even had a 2.5-inch strip die. I didn't need the 2.5-inch strip die because I used my studio die, which I can cut more. So I ended up selling the duplicate dies. I had about 3 duplicate dies when I bought that $400 bundle. And guess what? I got at least half my money back. So when I got through, let's just say I paid $200 for my Go Big electric, okay? And a tank of gas to go almost to Chicago and back. So you got to think outside the block. And you've got to be on it. It ain't going to just come to you. You've got to be searching that marketplace 2 and 3 times a day. Whenever you think about the Go, just go ahead and search. You never know when somebody's going to post. And you've got to be the first one responding to a post like that. Sometimes people have this stuff. They've had a family member that passed, or somebody has upgraded their systems and they just want it gone. They're not even trying to make a lot of money on it. And sometimes the most money I spend is in the gas to go get it, because it might be an hour and a half to 2 hours away. So I'm spending money on gas to go get it. So always check your Facebook marketplace for sales like that. And I see great sales in other areas like Wisconsin. I said, okay, I can't go to Wisconsin. Indiana sometimes. It just depends. So you got to be prolific and looking for a good bargain and a deal. And I'm not a flea market shopper. Like, I don't go to thrift stores and stuff like that, because I can't take going in there every week trying to, or knowing when the new stuff come in. Some people go 2 and 3 times a week. I don't do that. But I can do Facebook Marketplace from my chair. So that's how I get great deals. Oh, that was Teresa saying she probably was her that used the link in August, September. It was Christmas. Yeah, because I got a few things in there. And then when I went in post, I said, oh, okay. So I did 2 orders, and then that made it so that I'll at least get paid next month. But I haven't gotten paid in a while, and that's because I don't use it. And she says it's also easy to use the affiliate link that she uses it. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Pam says, so excited to learn about AccuQuilt from you. I just got the Go Big electric and some dies. So that's awesome. Again, please use my links because I get credit if you all do. Sandra says, are you going to the Houston Quilt Show this year? I'm almost, they've canceled all of the AQS shows, which is the American Quilter Society shows. I'm thinking at the last minute Houston probably is going to cancel. And the only reason I'm thinking that is because there's some political stuff going on in Houston right now. Also, they're sending out information numerous times. Normally, I don't get stuff about Houston's classes as often as I'm getting them now. And I wonder if they're going to be canceling at the last minute because they're not making enough online sales. And that show is an expensive show to run. I have a feeling that if they have this quilt show in Houston this year and it doesn't make money, that it's going to probably crash the, it's going to kill that organization. So I'm interested in seeing if it's actually going to happen or not. So to that question, I have not decided whether I'm going to the Houston Quilt Show. And that's because I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with the COVID numbers when it gets colder outside. And it would be like, I think it's the last week of October, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Like Halloween weekend is what I'm thinking. So I haven't decided. Yes, I sold my Go Me on Facebook Marketplace as I got it free and didn't need it. So cheap, brand new. And that's what you do when you're just trying to get rid of something that's going to collect dust. Then they are selling them cheap just to get rid of it. but not really give it to somebody. You know, just make a few bucks on it. You get a little bit off of your order. So, Quiltygram is asking Remo, how is her dad doing? She says, hi, Miss T and Quilters. That's from Remo. Cynthia says, hey, T, do you keep your husband awake? Do I keep my husband awake? No. The funny thing is, I'm the light sleeper in the family, and he can sleep through all kinds of stuff going on. And I have asked him over and over again if various things keep him awake, and he's like, you can do what you want. It don't bother me. So that's what I do. I do what I want until he tells me that something is inconveniencing him. It will stay the same over here. But I'm the light sleeper, and when he sleeps, he's out. He'll wake up when I call his name, but other than that, he doesn't wake up. Carl saying, hi, Remo JS. Hope your dad is resting well. Remember to take care of yourself, too. Exactly. I think that's what we forget as caregivers sometimes. She says, I'm just getting home from another surgery. I'm just getting home. Another surgery on Monday, and they're talking about dialysis. Oh, my gosh. Brenda says, I'm pretty sure Stephanie and Yvette announced Houston was canceled. And it's funny because I got an email either this week or last week telling me to sign up for classes. So I don't know if they've announced it yet or not. But that's Brenda saying she's sure that they announced it. And it could have come in the last few days. But I think they were trying to publicize heavy, trying to get people to sign up. And a lot of quilters are not going to be doing early sign up. We're just going to pop in if we're popping in because we're not sure what COVID's going to be on the day of the show. So if I decide I can go to Houston, I'm not working anywhere. I don't have to ask for vacation. So if I'm going somewhere, I can just hop on in my car and go. But if the numbers are bad, I'm not going to be at the Houston Quilt Show. And people are praying for Remo and her family, which is sweet. And Kathy says, yes, they did, at Brenda. So they did. They have canceled Houston. But I know for a fact I got an email at least within the past week telling me about class sign up. So that's good to know that they've canceled. And Beth also says that International Quilt Show was canceled. So thank you. And said her dad is 88 years young. Aw, it don't make the grieving process any easier, no matter what the age. So you just keep doing for your dad and rallying for him to get the best care for him. And listening to him as well. I think that's important too. We need to listen to the patient sometimes too. Kevin says, 99 TNT Quilters heading to bed, celebrating with family tomorrow. Thanks again for all the birthday wishes, prayers for your father and you, Remo. Good night, Kevin. Thank you so much for everything today. So it just came on Thursday that it was canceled. Okay, because earlier in the week I got something to sign up. Okay, and that's what I kind of figured, that they were trying to see how much early sign up money were they going to get to see if they should have it or not. Because I think they were really encouraging people to do early sign up. So I would almost prefer that International Quilt Festival cancel this year instead of them having it and then losing so much money that their business is at risk, and then we never have another International Quilt Festival again. And that's what I don't want to happen. So I'd rather they cancel and shoot for a new year. And Kevin, and I just got a thing up here. People are still saying good night to Kevin, but that it's market has been canceled, but don't know about this show yet. So I don't know. It's confusing because there is two things. The first week before is market, and then the next week is the Houston Quilt Show. So we'll see. We'll all find out what's going to happen. I just found it weird that they were still trying to get early sign-ups as of at least last week. I know within the past week I've gotten an email from them. So it's the struggle is real out here for all of these businesses. And International Quilt Festival also has staff that are paid staff, and then they have volunteers when they actually get out to the shows that are your, your show hostess and stuff like that. Those people are volunteers, but the people behind the booth selling stuff, those people are, a lot of those people, I talked with some of those ladies, and they are paid staff on International Quilt Festival. So they've got expenses too, and they haven't taken in any money. So I fully understand both sides of the tale here. Tiffany says Maxine left. She'll be back tomorrow. I got some other message here. Hold on. And people commenting in Facebook group. That's what's going on. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's a lot. Let's sew these other pieces. Trying to make sure I'm in the right spot. A lot of people still sending prayers for Remo JS and her dad. Stephanie and Yvette said market canceled, but not sure about the show, and that's sold it wrong. I guess this is not the day for me to sew, correct? I have never made this mistakes in a year, let alone in one day. Oh my God. It's like I just took it off the board and then had the nerve to flip it to the wrong side. Oh my goodness. I am a glutton for punishment. Make sure I haven't missed anybody. Thank you, Teresa. Kathy says, oh, she's talking at Tiffany. Good that she got to spend time with her daughter. Ann says, I'm a caregiver for my mom who is 94, and I take care in why are right. You are right. Take care of yourself. I think that's what it is. It was trying to help her out. Yep. And you have to take some breaks too. You have to get somebody when somebody else come in and you just need to leave. Even if you just walking around the block, you need to leave that house while somebody else is in charge. So it's hard. You got to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're just going to depress yourself. So let's see. Let's see. Got to turn it. Okay, I need to make sure these are on the right side now. I've moved them off the board because I'm sure about to sew them the wrong way, okay? I'm going to put all 4 of them back in position. And then pick up these 2. Got to sew them right so that they match up and don't be in the reverse order. And I'm going to sew this one before I look over there and read one more comment. This is not the day for distractions, that's for sure. Oh, she got a new car. That's awesome. Tiffany's daughter. Cool. What kind of car did she get? Francis Jackson says good night, all. The conversation is good, T, so you are a little distracted. Yes. I'm going to press this seam. And then don't sew 3 to 3, girl. Sew another pair. I had to talk to myself. It can be done, but it's just harder. A VW wagon. Amen for all caregivers and those that take care of family. Yes. Just and you do it because you don't the alternative is having them put into a home and then you're not sure how they're going to be taken care of there. So, fully understand why people take care of their family. So, you don't have a choice, especially if it's your mom or dad. Okay. Do this next seam here, and I'll have my half. Hold on. Betsy says, T, proof that you are human. Everybody makes mistakes. Some people just a little more often. Yeah, so I got that. Press this seam open just so that the center mark isn't so. It's going to be bulky, all these seams coming in here, but, you know, we do the best we can with what we're working with. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 halves together. Just because I guess I should put a pin in here. I have to look over my glasses to make sure I get that straight in the right spot. This is one bulky seam with all of these seams coming into the middle. If it was a regular block, I would have pressed by now, but you know, it's an extra block. We just don't want to throw the pieces away. So now I'm going to start a 1/4 inch in. This is a fat seam. I don't care what it looked like. We're not pulling it out. And you know I'll show you. I won't even hide it from you. But it's a lot in that seam, boy. Okay. Now that's the hardest seam. I just got it done. Good Lord. It's not perfect, but it's in there. I can't press it flat because it's just a lot. So that's the center. So we'll press a few of these little seams open. I'll hit it with that press tomorrow. And it'll flatten right on out. This is when it's good to have a clapper. I used to use them a lot when I sew, but this is a lot of seams in here. This is ridiculous. But I'll try to flatten it as much as I can tomorrow. All right. So now I got all these triangles to put in here. Remo says, you got your baby back. Yes, I did. I got it back yesterday. And it didn't cost near as much as I thought it was going to cost. I think I paid, I can't remember what I paid for the update. The update was, not the update. The upgrade was $400. And I told you all before that that's going to depend on what area you're in and if that Bernina dealer is giving discounts based on supply and demand. Our area, they had sold out all of them but two. I got one of the last two. People had, they had their names of them, of people that had paid online for their upgrade. So there were not any discounts here at the place that I went. And I didn't go shopping around either. I just went and got the upgrade. And the reason why I wanted the upgrade was two reasons. Was because now it told you can put in actual 97D foot, which is what I use most, not saying 1D when I got the 97D. And then it's got pinpoint precision when you start to do your machine embroidery. So those are the two main reasons, but it's got other features that come with it as well. But she's back, and I spent like $180 something for service, 1 year maintenance service. They did all the upgrades and updates. I had some things that needed to, I had them replace the door where you open and close the bobbin door. There's a sensor in there. I had them replace the whole door. So that got done. And then also I had them make some adjustments to my foot holder. And what else? So it was like $60 worth of labor charges because they charge you by time. And then also like $20-something in $20-something in parts, and then the regular service fee, I think it's like $120 for electronic this series. So that's not bad. I pay that much for my baby locks when I take them in because they're electronics. They just have a regular flat rate that they're going to charge you for cleaning. And it sounds good, and they clean places I can't clean. And Bernina is one of those companies, if they know on the inside of the machine whether or not you've had it serviced or not, and you can void warranties on your Berninas if you don't take them in for service on time. So Kathy says she always gives a thumbs up when she first come in, so I don't forget. Well, thank you, Kathy. Appreciate that. And Darlene does the same thing. Beautiful block tee. Thank you. This was one of those little test blocks I had. I can see that block is a nice pattern design. Well, thank you. I love that block tee. Thank you, Kathy. Miss T, how did you end up transitioning from Seamsters to Quilter? I made clothes from 1986 to 1984. So 8 years complete. And I was like prolific with clothing, making like 2 to 3 outfits a week because that's all I did. And I roller skated as well. So I started quilting when they gave out free pattern at one of my local quilt shops. I had never quilted before. I always had wanted to, but never done it. And so I started doing the free block of the month. And I stopped making clothes unless it was quilted clothing once I started quilting. I had always wanted to start with quilting because I had a great aunt that quilted. At the age of 5, I wanted to quilt. But when I got my sewing machine, I looked at the quilts again and thought, oh, that's too hard. I should just make clothes. And so that's how I started making clothes. And then when I started making the actual quilts, I only do quilted clothing, and that's it. I don't do regular clothes anymore. And when I was actually making clothes, it was actually cheaper to make your own clothes. And that's really not true anymore. You can have your clothes be unique if you're wanting to pay more money now just to have something unique. But actually making your own clothes is not cheaper anymore. You actually are paying more for it. By the time I got married, I was going to make my own wedding dress, of course, because I sewed. And I went to go buy the lace because I wanted a lace dress. And the lace was more than the dress made. And I found the exact same dress in that the pattern had already made, and I paid like $400 or something for the dress, but the lace was going to cost me more than that. So no, I did not make my dress. Quilty Grim says beautiful block. Thank you. I'm still not done yet. I still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 seams, 5 pieces and 2 seams each. T, how did you know you needed an upgrade? Okay, and there's a difference in an update and then there's an upgrade. An update is just a software update. Those are free. You can just download from Bernina. This machine had an update and an upgrade. When you take your machine to the shop, they'll do your updates as part of your regular maintenance, and upgrades are giving you additional features that you do not have to buy. But I wanted a couple of the additional features, so I bought the upgrade. So there's a difference, and I think people get those mixed up sometimes. But I bought the upgrade. That's what costs you money, is the upgrade. And most times, if you're going to get an upgrade, you most definitely have to update your machine. And I could have done it myself. I saw the video where Bernina Jeff showed how to do it. It's very simple. But since they had it in the shop already, I'm one of those people. The $60 in labor, he had to fix some stuff. He had to replace some stuff. And then he ran my computer updates. And it did, to me, paying $60 for all the stuff that he did in the time that they did, it's easier for me to pay them than for me to spend even more time, because they're used to doing it over and over and over. It's going to be quick for them. For me, it's going to take me even longer because I'm only doing it one time, because I only got one Bernina machine to do it on. So since it was already in the shop, I had them do it all. Now, if an update comes out in the next month or two, then I will do that myself. I'll go ahead and do it since it's not going into the shop. But since it was going into the shop with the service and all of that, and they automatically do it anyway, I just had them do it. And they wouldn't have charged me for the update if I had not paid for the upgrade. So that's why I paid labor on that. My time is more important to me sometimes. As you all know, if I had to do that update or upgrade before I took it in, I'm mailing patterns out. So sometimes my time is worth it for me to pay somebody some money to do something that I know I can do. But that's how I operate. That's just how I am. I'm a little cray-cray like that, because I look at stuff and see what it costs, and I go, my time is important too. So I just go ahead and let them do what they're going to do. Mimo says, I sew and quilt. Yeah, she does. She makes clothing. She shows us in some of the Zooms. It's really neat. She says, my husband picked up my 7.7 QEE Plus machine yesterday, bringing to me next month for my birthday. I thought you was having it mailed to your dad's house. Stephanie, Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter says, hey, T and everyone, I'm finally home. Yes. Darlene says, thanks for explaining about upgrades, T. I bought my 570 Bernina in November from a dealer. I get a first year service free. We'll know more then, I guess. Yes. So, and if you just bought one, when you buy it, they're going to make sure that all your upgrades are there and your updates are there. And then any upgrades, then, that's like optional for purchasing. But mostly they're going to sell you something that's the latest that it can be at that time when you're getting it from a dealer. And Virgie says, so true. Let someone else do the upgrade. Less frustration, yes. And I watched the thing, and I'm very computer literate, but I also look at my time. And when they was talking about the machine's going to cut on and off and do this, and we don't know how long it's going to be, it's like, I ain't got time to sit there and watch this sewing machine. I got things to do. I'm kind of weird like that. I'm like, no way, Jose. Okay, I need to put a pin down here just to hold it in place. And then open this up. She said he wants to bring it to me. That's nice. He gets to see you too. That's really sweet. Because you've been away from home way longer than you thought, girl. But you don't have a choice. Sewing apparel is my first love and quilting is my second, but I do love it as well. That's from Craft with Love. Yes. And making clothes was my first, but they kept coming out with these old cheap clothes. I was like, okay, I'll just do that. I'll go to even going to like Dillard's and Famous and Bar at the time when I was working. It was like this stuff with a sale price, y'all practically giving this stuff away. So that's why I just quit making clothes and just stayed with quilting. I am slowly setting up for tomorrow. That way I can be lazy most of the day. Okay. I got 2 more triangles to set in. Just did one. Putting a pin up here at the end so it don't move. Because I can't see what's happening underneath. Trying to make it so I don't have to sew a seam 3 times again. I was not feeling that. Okay. Okay. I love making children's clothing. When my kids were younger, I could make their clothes for $1. Hancock's fabric was on sale. Now, I do think that when Hancock's closed, that it kind of made it so that you didn't have that competition anymore with the Hancock stores because you could get some sale fabrics there. And at one time, they used to have really nice quilt fabrics, but the last few years, it was like they must have known they were going to sell or close or something because I just didn't think the same quality of quilt fabric was there. They started adding in like Riley Blake, but then everything else went downhill. And I don't necessarily use Riley Blake for everything. I don't even know if I like purposely have purchased any Riley Blake. And it's not an intentional thing. It's just that it's not normally my style. Just kind of like reproductions are not my style. All right, we got one more triangle. My screen moved. Yeah, that was Hancock's. People talking to Tiffany. And she's saying the oldest thing that happened, the oddest thing happened today. She says my walking foot unscrewed my needle screw and it popped out while sewing. It's never happened before. Now that can be scary, girl. Hopefully you were okay. That can be scary. Okay, I need to put a pin in here to hold the edge in place so it doesn't move. And I plan to take a walk in the morning, then I get to sew all day. So happy. Now that's cool. Craft with love. T, there was no other way you could have set those squares in. This is a demo block that I had when I did the kaleidoscope triangles videos. I did a part 1 and a part 2 on those videos. And this one just happens to be a block that's set in seams. I showed different ways that you can make this block and not have a set in seam. This is just how this block was cut. So I had all these pieces, and I'm like, either I sew it or I'm going to have to trash it because it's got to come off my design wall. My design board. It's on my little design board here where I'm pulling the pieces off. And I need it now for my 4-star general. This has been on here since February. So it's got to go. So yes, there is a better way. Virgie says, tell your loved ones how much you love them every day. That's true. You know I had to hunt up my wing clipper. Hubby had it. Funny thing is, it didn't break a needle. It just shot out while connected to thread. Okay, so that was good. Because when my needle broke today, all of that stuff makes me nervous. I don't like. So, and I still got, I'm going to take that baby locker loose just to make sure I don't have a piece of that needle down in there that I couldn't see. Darlene says the sewing machines are acting up today. You got that right. It must be because it's National Jelly Roll Day and we're not sewing them jelly rolls. Got 2 corners to sew now, and then I'll be finished, and then I'll just give it a nice press at another time. But at least the pieces are sewn. I gotta sew this on the other side because of where the start and stop is. I don't know. I use my seam from the previous sewing to tell me where my 1/4 inch to start and stop is at. So I have to work my way to that. I have to be on the right side that shows me that. That's how I cheat and don't mark. I first eyeballed the first few 1/4 inch in, and then the rest of them, they can just be sewn. Oops, I'm hitting the reverse button. I want to clip it. So now we take this, turn it the other way. Now, if I was doing a video on this, I would be telling you to mark your 1/4 inch seams. This is where experience has come in to help. When you've done it before. I would never teach this to somebody saying you can do it without marking. But if you're good at eyeballing a 1/4 inch, you'll be okay. Last square. It's looking more and more like a quilt block every day. Well, who? I've never been a seamstress. Dolly says, I've never been a seamstress. I tried making clothes, a big fail. That was a long time ago, got discouraged. In 1986, I made a baby quilt for my son to be born, for my soon to be born son. Then in 2011, started quilting. Sewing machines acting. They was $350 million in debt. I used to work for them. That was one of the main reasons they went out of business. No one wanted the debt. I don't know who she's talking about. I missed some stuff. Is there a full moon out there? This is a sign of something. That's from June. Judy says, Quilty Girl, we lost 3 in less than 90 days. My cousin, my aunt, my uncle, and all the same household. So a lot of people are having losing loved ones recently. That's what I said. I had so much in 2021 at the beginning. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on in the universe. So 2020 was nothing compared to 2021, okay? I hope this thing don't flip. Don't do it. As I can't see up under there. Until I sew it, of course. One more seam, and we've got this stuff. I won't call it mess, but we got this stuff off my design board. And it doesn't really matter which end I start at, I guess. But I can see this one might be a problem child, so we'll start right there. We'll start right there. All right. Success. Not what I intended to sew on, but that's what I sewed. I knew you were going to be a problem. It's got a slight little pucker right there, but it's all right. It'll press out. And then I'll press the rest of it to get it nice and flat, because it's a lot of seams right here in this middle. You see all this stuff coming in there? That's ridiculous. But it'll lay flat. Ugh. Hopefully. I probably need to press this with my iron, because I have to press all of these seams open and have them already open when I use my press. And which way do these pieces want to lay? See, I got too many seams in here to use that. Charge. I don't know which way these corners. I guess they want to lay toward the corner. But I got so many seams in here. Press open. I don't know if I can do it with this heat thing. It's going to make a mess of these seams. Put you down and you open. You open. Oh, I don't think I cut it on, but I don't think I started it up. Full moon on Monday, Brenda says. So sorry for your loss, Judy, from a lot of the quilters as well, and from myself. June Hanson says, Brenda, it's got a head start for sores, laughing out loud. My aunt worked at Famous Bar for years. I love getting packages from her that she got from there. Always something beautiful. Yes. Craft with love. I was talking about Hancock's fabrics. Okay, so that's why I just lost my chat. I hate when that happens. Okay, I'm gonna try. I have a feeling they're gonna kick me out. Yep. And so it's 10 o'clock. So I won't be reading any more comments because I'm not gonna redo that. I was trying to press this before I left, but it's just one of those little orphan block deals. So it's not like it's important. I was trying to press some of these seams down so I could at least press half of it maybe. And I'm just looking now and see I got a whole seam. My thread is from starting and stopping the seam is in the middle of one. See if I can press half of it in the right direction. I'm not going to even try to do the whole block. It's just hard to press all of these seams. This is a lot of seams. This is, let's see, 8 times 2, 16 seams in the middle. Not just your normal 8. This is ridiculous. And then this one I keep pressing down, but it won't go back the other way. I don't know if it's hot enough yet. I was trying to do just half the block. I don't think it's heated up all the way, but we'll see what we can get out of it. Not too bad. Just one seam came back over. But pretty good otherwise. So those seams look good. I don't have any. I can't use steam yet. Live chat. It's not gonna do it. Okay, let's see if I can get the other half semi-pressed. I've had to go ahead and restart my phone because it's acting up over here. This is the questionable seam right there that I knew was questionable when I sold it. It was my last seam. I'm like, I'm not taking that out. Okay, put you back this way. And you back this way. I can't read any comments now. Hold on. I hate when I have to reboot the whole thing just to go back in. Because I like reading the comments. Let's see. Have to go. Oops. It actually put it right there for me. See, my number wasn't even right as to how many people were in the group. I was thinking I'm in here by myself. Okay. So, good night, Tiffany. Thank you so much for everything. Good night, Carla. It just did it again. Hopefully it didn't come back. It came back for right now. Hold on. Carla saying good night. I will try to be at your house around 9 a.m. saying good night to all. Good night, T. Deborah gonna see me in my pajamas falling out of bed. Seeing Forrest is here, says hello T and everyone. I'm late. She's laughing at herself. Oh no, she's not. That's the one before. That's Tiffany. Good night, Tiffany. See you tomorrow. Good night, T and Quilter. Stay safe, and hopefully I will see y'all on the Zoom. Jackie R says good night, everyone. And 92 showing in here now. Yes. Sandra says good night, T. See you tomorrow. Yes. So let me see if I can press this. See if I can flatten this out a little bit. Should be heated up. We're going to steam it. It's going to either gonna press in or press something in good or press something in bad. All the time to reboot the phone. I had plenty of time. Oops, don't want to touch it hot. Let me wait for the steam to come back. I just didn't press any of the seams as I was going. Normally I would have pressed seams way before now, but I just kept sewing. And it's not a bad block considering I pressed it. See? Turned out good. It looked like it was going to be all lumpy in the middle, but I knew it wasn't. It was just because I hadn't pressed it as I was going. I do have, this is what my last mistake was. I got this little fold pleat right here. I'll quilt that out whenever it makes it into a block. So that's what my mistake was. I'm like 1 stitch over that 1/4 inch. And so it put that little pucker right there. But I'm okay with that. At least there are not a gazillion pieces going into the trash. And eventually it'll be in some either sampler quilt or orphan quilt or raffle quilt. Not a raffle quilt, like a charity quilt or something like that. But it's done. Thank you, Darlene. She says that turned out nice. I want y'all to see the mess pressed to let you know that it was a salvageable block. And I guess I could cut this off now because that's all I'm pressing tonight. Thank you, June. Everybody is saying good night. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Melissa LePage says, I get to watch twice again. I was watching earlier video and forgot it's Saturday. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and end here. Thank you all so much for coming to Sew and Chat with me. It's been a very, very long day. So I'm going to probably go get me some Moscato and probably prop my little self up in bed and see what's on YouTube that I missed. And the only thing with that is I can't comment over on Roku. I hate that. I hope they're getting the credit for watching on Roku, but I can't comment. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to try to go to bed early. We'll see if that happens. So, Darlene says, I had a great day spending it with Miss T and the quilting gang. Good night and hugs to all. Well, thank you, Darlene. That's really nice. So a lot of you, Mary says she loves the block too. Thank you. So good night, everybody. See you all, the ones that's in the group. I'll try to do that Facebook Live by noon tomorrow, somewhere around there. And yeah, just put some information out about that. And then I'm going to go ahead and release the die list. I'm going to see if I can do that tonight too while I'm propped up in bed. See if I can do that. All right. Good night, everybody. Stay safe, be blessed, and quilt out.